Are you aware of the hidden dangers with artificial sweeteners on your heart? In this video, I'm going to go through the research showing that these artificial sweeteners so many millions of Americans are ingesting are a hazard to their cardiovascular and heart health. In addition, I'll go through the natural ones that you can feel safe about using on a regular basis. Just recently, I had a lady come into my office and she's working on her weight and she showed me the protein bars and the protein shakes that she was taking. And as I do with all patients, I was looking at the labels and within about 10 seconds, I found she was ingesting these products with artificial sweeteners. And essentially, I told her, throw these things in the garbage because not only do studies show over time people gain weight, their blood sugar levels go up, they're damaging to the brain and nervous system, but now we have studies showing they're damaging to the heart and cardiovascular system. So this is a big concern. No one should be consuming artificial sweeteners, especially on a regular basis. Now, artificial sweeteners are chemicals added to food and drinks, and they make them sweet, obviously, without using sugar. And they're in thousands of products, especially anything labeled diet or sugar-free. Some of the most common ones are aspartame, acesulfame, potassium, and sucralose. Now, they may be zero in calories, they may be lower zero in calories, but that does not mean they're safe. In my opinion, they are not. So then people ask me, what about these more natural sweeteners such as erythritol and xylitol? Well, I have some concerns with those as well. These are sugar alcohols, often called natural sweeteners, and they do occur in small amounts in fruits and are made by our bodies. But here's the concern. Newer studies show that erythritol may increase the risk of blood clots and serious heart-related events. And what about xylitol? Well, it's also tied to increased risk of cardiovascular events. So these sweeteners make your blood more likely to clot, which is not something you want to have happen. Obviously, these are cardiovascular risks. Now let's talk more about the research. A major study in the British Medical Journal followed over 100,000 people. And they found that those people who consumed artificial sweeteners regularly had a significant increased risk of cardiovascular disease, cerebral vascular disease, that'd be blood vessel problems in the brain, and coronary heart disease. Let me quote the researchers. These food additives should not be considered a healthy and safe alternative to sugar. Well, that's a powerful statement, one that aligns with several health agencies around the world. So thankfully, there are safe natural options that you can use and you should focus on. Monk fruit extract. I'm a big fan of monk fruit extract, also known as Lohan, and this is very common in Asia. Now you can find it in American health food stores, and it's much sweeter than sugar, but with 0 calories, and it also has antioxidant benefits. I haven't seen any research showing toxicity problems with monk fruit extract. Honey, good old natural honey, which actually has a lot of good studies on for different health conditions, when in its natural unprocessed form contains nutrients, but again, just use small amounts of it. It does contain fructose. Small amounts of maple syrup, pure maple syrup. It does have some minerals. Again, in small amounts, it can be used as a natural sweetener. The best natural sweetener would be whole fruits. That's the best option. They not only sweeten up your diet, but they have fiber, vitamins, minerals, and don't have the chemical baggage that these artificial sweeteners have. So the bottom line is, do not use artificial sweeteners, especially on a regular basis. Your heart health, your brain health, your whole body health is too important. If you need to lose weight, then look at our videos on other natural ways to help with your appetite, help with insulin resistance, often related to weight problems, hormone imbalances. We have a lot of videos on these subjects, but please avoid those artificial sweeteners.